Hey, it's the Rooster, Bobby Leach for the TimesWeekly.com, coming alongside my big partner here, Big Tone.
The madness is upon us with the start of the ISSA girls basketball. It's in full swing the past week, and the boys firing up this week.
I think Big Tone, what do you
For many years of sports writing, I've always made it a point not to write about my son.
There we go.
As with any sports writer, I do my best to be biased.
all right.
In that case,
Enough of that. Welcome to Cheap Seats, everybody. Welcome to our new set here. We got a little bit of a background here.
on the fence. Catch it.
Yeah. This week, actually, I did write about my son. You know.
Well deserved. Young Bobby Leach, good kid.
Yeah,
well
very
deserved.
good kid. You know, and he had a good career.
Yeah, he pulled me out of many jams when we coached it back in the early days. Many jams.
I'll tell you what, we had some good times, man.
Yeah, we did. We had some good kids.
Yeah,
good kids.
Yeah. So, but in any event, so that was last week's news. This is what do you think about the new backdrop there, Coach?
I like it. We've gone Hollywood. Look.
Yeah.
We've gone Hollywood.
Yeah. So you know.
What you can pick out of the garbage here. There you go. Looks good.
All right. So we're back in business, you know. And,
back in business.
I sent out last night. You know, you and I were talking. We reached out to I think about 30 high school coaches right now.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 high school coaches. We reached out to the football coaches and said, "Hey, here's our questionnaire heading into the football season."
Did you put on there my question? What kind of music they have in their iPod?
No.
Damn it.
No, I didn't do it. I mean, I could. I thought about it. But I don't think many coaches have iPods.
No.
Some of them are like old technology.
Oh my God. Then some of them don't know how to fax, right?
Yeah.
Some of them with their play calling like this with the cards.
Yeah, exactly. So, but in any event, we hope we want to hear back from all the coaches. Give us an idea of where your team is heading into the spring here. I mean, at this point, if you haven't hit the weights hard since November, you might be in trouble right about now because there's some teams out there that already have done that, and they're rolling. So I know football seems like it's a ways off, but it really isn't. I mean, we're talking
state championship in DeKalb this year, eh? Northern.
Yeah.
We'll be there. How about you?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'd definitely be there. I mean, we got to go north this time. You know what? Though it might be a good idea after the hotel romp we had the last time, man.
Oh.
It might be good for us to go farther north this time.
We need to go farther north.
Yeah, we're not going to stay south this time. We're gonna leave the we're going to leave the puke in the toilets.
Oh.
Parking lots, right?
Yeah, the parking lot in Illinois, man, I'll tell you. I just laid my mark there. That's it's a different story for a different day.
Well, hey, man, so let's talk a little bit about, first of all, you owe me a pat on the back and congratulations, something.
Something. It's a curse of Romeoville. That's what it is. It's cursed.
I picked it last week. I said, I felt like
every time I go in Romeoville, every time I think there's a positive, there's a little crack in the door that opens, they slam it shut and they lose. How come? What happened, girls? Wasn't my pep talk good enough? Okay, please.
Well, they did. They ended up losing. They were down by 30 at points in the
30?
game. Yeah, so
that's what they conventional blowout, huh?
Well, and Romeoville, I got to say, Romeoville played probably not their best game of the season. I mean, they were not hitting their shots. They were pressured. They couldn't deal with Bolingbrook's defense. Bolingbrook's defense was just too quick, too tough, and they couldn't beat that pressure. And once you pressured them and forced them into a half-court offense, and they couldn't really run and gun as much as they'd like, it became a problem for Romeoville, and they couldn't overcome it. They kept falling farther and farther and farther behind, but at no point was Romeoville. Did you ever get a sense that Romeoville was in the game? You just didn't feel like at any point in that game that Romeoville had a shot to come back. It just seemed like as the minutes went, so did the point spread. And Bolingbrook proved again that they're a team that
they're a team to beat.
You gotta give
them kudos.
So
kudos.
But congratulations to Bolingbrook for moving on, and you owe me something. I don't know, steak dinner,
kudos.
Something.
What do you need? What do you need? What do I owe you? What do I owe? I got something for the girls in Bolingbrook, okay?
Really dumb. All the way down the state.
Whitney Young, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
The girls are coming.
Yeah, they're coming, man. It could be another season for Bolingbrook this year. I mean, it ought to be pretty good. So, it ought to be a pretty good year for Bolingbrook. They don't have Bolingbrook doesn't have the the breakout stars. They don't have a Morgan Tuck. They got Cattenhead. She's doing really well. I mean, they got Buggs. She does really well. I mean, but the bottom line is that this team. I think Coach Smith said it, best. Let me show you here's what Coach Smith said after the game about his team. Take a look and see what he thinks about his girls this season as opposed to the last couple of years. I asked him that question, how it is to win with this set. It's a little bit more work, and I think he agreed. Here you go. Take a look. Hey, Coach. Listen. I mean, Romeoville came in, and even the Herald had him picked pretty high. They had a good season this year, and you guys really didn't struggle with him at all. I mean, it's almost like you're playing at a different level.
No, we're just coming out playing hard. This time of the year is one and done, so you got to win and keep playing. So we're just playing hard. We Bolingbrook, and our goal is every year is win. So that's what we do.
Well, it's to win a state championship. I mean, you put that pressure on the girls no matter what. But talk a little bit about how this team has performed this year. You've got Buggs is maybe a star. You got some star players, but not to the level of maybe a Massagill or a Tuck. So you've had to win as a team this year, and you've had to do a couple of different things. And it looks like the girls are performing for you. I mean, they've blown through about every team in the playoffs here.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But Massagill and Tuck, they became Massagill and Tuck, and hopefully these kids understand that, and then hopefully we get some more household names right now. Right now they're not that, but they're juniors now, so they got a year to go. But hopefully by the end of this thing, they're gonna have some names that people will all know: Buggs, Amari Coleman, the rest of them.
How do you keep the team up from not having a letdown? Obviously they're getting through the sectionals here, but like you say, it's one and done. How do you keep them fired up for that next game without that experience on the floor?
We're not happy with the way we play. We play sloppily, undisciplined, selfish. So, that wasn't a great job. So we're going to get back in there, and I'm going to definitely get their attention. So, that wasn't good tonight.
So, that's what he had to say after the game. And he's got a point. I mean, these girls are becoming, they're becoming their own team. They're making their own statement. And last year at this very game, Whitney Young knocked Bolingbrook out. And I don't know. I mean, Bolingbrook is going to have. I think Bolingbrook's going to have their best game of the season to beat Whitney Young. I know. I honestly, the way they played Romeoville, yes, they won, and they weren't. They didn't blow me away like they have done in the past, where you just saw this machine and you just couldn't stop it. Now again, that you have to credit some of that to Romeoville, because Romeoville's a pretty good basketball team. So they weren't able to run through them, and they certainly weren't able to run through Neuqua Valley. At one point in the second quarter, it was a 1-point game, and then it ballooned to a 10-point game. Mm-hmm. Neuqua never got within 5 after that run. But and Bolingbrook kind of coasted to a victory after that, 58-36. But again, they're I think the tougher the competition gets, the more challenging it's going to be for this group. And this group hasn't been in that situation, so it's hard to judge them. You can't say, hey, I don't know that they can get it done, because I don't know that they can get it done. It's not a foregone conclusion that I think, hey, this is a team that can automatically, they're the alpha in the girls' bracket. But I guess we'll find out, because if they beat Whitney Young, likelihood is that they will go down state. When Whitney Young beat them last year, Whitney Young went downstate and won the state championship. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it just goes to show you that these two programs, it's a shame that they put them on the same side of the bracket. They did that last year too to these two, and I mean, I think maybe it's more feasible this year than it was last year. But I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, bottom line is you can't live off your past success. You can't. You're gonna. If you're a Bolingbrook girl right now playing for that basketball team for Coach Smith, and you're wondering why we're not, jumping up and down like, oh man, it's a home run for Bolingbrook. It's to be honest with you, you have to earn your own respect. You can't live off of what happened last year, the year before that, or the year before that. You have to earn it yourself. You have to earn it every night on the field, and or on the court. And we're going to find out, right away. We're going to find out Monday night.
I don't know. These girls, I mean, you got to give them their due. I mean, they're beating everybody by at least 30, average margin of 30, 40 points. I mean, you play up to your competition.
Right.
Whitney Young, Okay, Whitney Young's Whitney Young, but they're going to play up to their competition, Whitney Young. I think they're going to beat them.
Well, we'll find out. I mean,
Should be.
you know, we taped the show. Obviously, we taped the show before the week, you know, plays out. So, you know, a lot of times you guys see us talking about a game, and the game's
already happened.
The
And,
game
you
already
know,
happened, right?
we look foolish by saying that Romeoville's going to win,
Yeah.
and they didn't. But
Yeah. No. You look foolish and says Romeoville's going to win. I picked Bolingbrook.
Yeah, you picked Bolingbrook. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
bottom line is you know, but anyhow, I guess we'll find out the next cheap seats. You know, certainly by the newspaper if Bolingbrook advances, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a treat.
What's
to see
Whitney
whether-
Young's record this year? They got a good record.
Oh, Whitney Young is pretty good. Yeah, I mean they're like ranked
Undefeated.
3 in
One,
the state. You know,
3 in the state. What's Bolingbrook ranked?
Like 7 in the state. They might have gone up a couple of clicks, but you know, after the regional title and the sectional title, I'm sure they've gone up a couple of clicks. But again, you know, you got to earn it on the court. You know, and speaking of that, you know, today we got today is Sunday. You know, it's Sunday for us. We tape the show every Sunday,
Every Sunday.
and of course it doesn't come out until Friday.
We're not live though.
No, we are live. We're live now.
We're live on Sunday, but on Friday we're taping.
right.
Go
Go
figure.
figure. You know, we're either live or we're not. But in any event, you know, we got our IHSA handed out their ballots. You know, in part with the Chicago Tribune to pick Illinois Miss Basketball. So, you know, we've got 3 candidates that we think should be considered for Illinois Miss Basketball this year. I'll start it off by saying, you know, to me, maybe the top player of the 3, one of the top players of the 3. I mean, they're all good in their own right, but I really like this girl, Jasmine Lumpkin from JCA. I knew he was gonna say something.
JCA.
You know, but hey, listen, winners win. That's bottom line. Remember how many times we tell
The
that to our
boys
kids?
basketball team.
Winners win.
The boys basketball team.
Okay, winners win. They're winning. They're on their way up. Anyhow, Jasmine's a junior at Joliet Catholic. She averaged 17 points a game and 12 rebounds a game for the season.
That's impressive.
That's an impressive. You know, an impressive deal. 9 of the 12 Big Ten schools, and that's kind of stupid too. 9 of the 12 Big Ten schools. You know, it's not the Big 12; it's the Big 10. But anyhow, 9 of the 12 Big 10 schools are recruiting her heavily. Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Louisville, Cincinnati, UCLA, Rutgers, Marquette. I mean, she's got a line of Division I schools and all top schools that are looking to grab
She's
her.
going somewhere.
Yeah, she's going to go somewhere for sure.
Hold out for more yoo-hoo.
Yeah, a few more, you know, spiced donuts.
There's a few more stale donuts. Hold on for a couple more bottles of yoo-hoo.
Yeah, and then so you know, I think she should be considered. Honestly, you know, Joliet Catholic had such a phenomenal season this year. Had a great record, and she was a big reason for that. Also, Kiera Curry, 16.5 points a game, 9.5 rebounds from Romeoville, your favorite school there. But she's a senior there, and she's already committed to Gardner Webb. It's a Division I program, so she'll be going to Gardner Webb. She's a 5'10" senior, so a forward / center. I don't know about center in college, being 5'10", but certainly a forward. 2-time All SBC player, scored over 1,400 points in her career. And 850 rebounds.
God bless. You know, it don't matter.
Now remember, that's only in 3 years too, because she played 3 years for
I mean,
Romeo.
it don't matter where you're going to college. You're going to college. You could be going to Dubuque. You could be going to Gardner Webb. You know,
Well,
hey, you're still going to college.
Dubuque and Gardner Webb are 2 different things.
Yeah,
Gardner
so
Webb
go.
is a Division I.
Still going to college.
Right, yeah, so still going to college. It's a good thing. And then Nakia Edom from Plainfield East, and you know, I guess she is the kryptonite to the Superman over at Romeoville and Kiera Curry, because those two battled it out all season long. And 50, you know, and the stats are almost identical. 15.5 points per game. She too is a 1,000-point scorer for Plainfield East. She was named to all conference. She was named basically to every tournament team that they played in this year too, which is pretty phenomenal. And she's already committed to Murray State. So
Murray State, good college.
yeah. So you know, there are three of our choices for you know, Miss Illinois basketball. I guess we'll have to wait and see. You know, there's not a Bolingbrook girl on there this year.
Well, I'm going to have to go with the young lady from Joliet Catholic, because, you know, I don't want God to strike me down or anything. No.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, they like I said, they're all great players in their own right. I think that
17 and 12, though. That's present.
I think Lumpkin had the biggest single impact on her team, though. You know, that's one thing I'd like to say is, you know, Curry played a great season. She had 21 points in the game I got to see her in. She just, you know, she's a great player. There's no question about it. But she also had a lot of players around her a lot of great role players. You know, Abby Smith and
all those role players, they graduating this year? Or is they
yeah, they're all
coming back?
graduating. They're all going to college. You know, and so you know where Angelica's going?
Where's she going?
Angelica Nosuski committed to the University of St. Francis. So she'll be right down the street. So she's going to be playing basketball here locally, which
Good.
is, you know...
Good,
that's a
very
pretty
good. Very
deal.
good,
So,
Angelica. Congratulations.
yep, congratulations to Angelica for sticking around. We get to write about her some more then. That's
Yeah,
all that
good
means.
for
We
her.
get to see her a little bit more and do that. So
Never forget seeing her with that, you know, that backyard playing that basketball. Everybody's out playing. She's shooting the hoops and dribbling
Yep.
the ball and all that good stuff. So
Yep, and she bailed me out of a lot of close calls too. Remember that team? We had a team when I'll just tell you when Angelica was a part of this team, and we had an all girls basketball team at the 4th grade level. And the reason we took an all girls team is because that was the year I was going to have Brooke play. My daughter was going to play, and I just felt like, hey, you know, if she goes out for her team and it's co-ed and there's a bunch of boys on it, they're never going to pass her the ball. She's not going to learn nothing. You know, so I got into this draft. I was coaching, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to ask if it's okay if I take all the girls in the draft. You know, because the girls are all going to be the last ones picked, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take an all-girls team. At least this way they're going to learn the sport of basketball. I got to tell you something. The first 3 games of that season, I'll never forget it. The first 3 games of that season, we got killed. I mean, we got killed. We were losing by 20, 30 points a game, and it just looked like a mismatch. But it got better every single week. By the 4th week, we won 7 games in a row. We ended up making it all the way to that little league or that rec center championship game, and it was great, man, because you knew Angelica, was the ringleader because she was our point guard. She could dribble and handle the ball back then, and she wasn't afraid of any boys, and got the rest of the girls to play that way as well, and it was just it was a great memory. But I talked to her about that after the game. I said, man, I'm never going to forget those that year that I coached you, and you are all little girls. I just can't get it out of my mind that they're becoming adults now. To me, they're still little girls, but just the grit, not having fear of going up against competition that may be tougher or stronger than you, or should be, the favorite should be winning, and that's not the case, man. I mean, she got it done. And I think that played a role in how those girls performed, throughout their life, because that basketball team, essentially, a lot of them play for Romeoville, for this past Romeoville team.
Yeah.
So it was a great lesson. It was a great time. So congratulations anyhow to Angelica. We'll get off that subject, but hey, she's going to stick around. We get to cover.
It was beautiful.
More years. Yeah.
It was beautiful how we went down memory lane with you. It was beautiful.
Well, you've been crying all
I know,
day.
ever since the on defense. I mean, it's an emotional time for me right now. Just by all means, back to you.
Well, and we got to talk a little bit about your you got a doc appointment this week, and so Coach Tone is a little under the weather this week. He's feeling a little melancholy, I think, right?
No, I got something pushing on my trachea, going to the windpipe, and I don't know. I gotta get an MRI. No big deal.
No big deal. Hey, man, MRIs are like blowing your nose nowadays.
Yeah.
They stick in a tube or something?
Some will straighten out the windpipe and do whatever.
Yeah. So we're gonna, and we're also, we were talking about this, and I think the best way to straighten out this windpipe problem for Coach Stone is, I think we should go over to maybe the University of St. Francis football squad, and let's go see if we can take on one of their offensive guards.
Good luck to you on that one, okay? You are the football aficionado.
Yeah.
You go take on one of their guys. I ain't doing it.
What do you mean?
I ain't doing it. Not even for a bottle of Yoo-Hoo and a couple of I'm not doing it, okay?
Yeah?
No.
What about somebody at League East?
No.
No, you won't let Coach Ron Zvoldar, if you're out there and you're listening right now.
No.
We need some tackling dummies and some blocking shields for Coach Stone to help him straighten out his esophagus.
Yeah. Yeah, Coach Zoner, okay. 7 minutes until this is over. Huh?
Yeah. Hey.
The longest 7 minutes of my life. Wow.
So
let's get back on the. Let me. Where's the on for the rest of the on defense? I can read it to you for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? Come on, man.
All right, well, hey, we're talking. Hey, congratulations! Also, I got to throw a quick shout out to Montini. Montini won another state championship. This time in wrestling.
Well, they're state.
Back to back.
They win state all the time.
What do they keep saying, man? Winners win, dude.
Winners win. Losers, Losers bitch about the winners win.
Yeah, right. Or they cheat. You know, they figure out a way to get around it. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
what are you gonna do?
Just got to do a better job of recruiting. That's all.
There you go.
That's it, man.
There
You want to get the best. You got to have the best.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yep. If you want to win, you got to have the talent.
Yeah. Cool.
So, anyhow, I mean, that was a pretty phenomenal, feat there. And then, that's what is that? 5, 6 in a row now? 6, yeah.
Yeah, they keep playing.
6 state titles in a row for him.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, well, hey, scratch that. I think they've won 3 state titles in girls basketball 2 in a row. So, I mean, I don't know, man. They got everybody over there wins.
Yep.
You know,
even the debate team wins. You know,
Yeah, I
the
mean,
Glee Club
right.
they win. The badminton team they win.
Yeah.
5-time state champion, the Glee Club, Montini Broncos.
yeah. We gotta get we got the rooster, but we should get some of their some of the mascots this year. We should try to get some of the mascots on here.
Like a Bronco or a Spartan.
Yeah. yeah. Well, we got a Spartan that's going to be on the show.
It's my. Who are we going to be?
We got a Spartan that's going to come on the show. I'm trying to convince Coach Bambule to come on the show with us and take questions, on cheap seats here. He owes us a little bit, I mean, he should be sitting here right now taking questions, but he don't want to take the tough questions the night before a big game against Naperville North.
Oh,
right? Yeah. So, but this
you got tabs on that phone, Tone?
But this is Coach Bambule's last hurrah. He told the kids last week that this was it. That he was stepping down as the head coach of Romneyville after I think 15 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a great run. And I got to be honest with you. I think he's going to be missed. I think that unfortunately, there's probably a lot of people out there that disagree and think, maybe it's time for a new coach.
I think he needs to take a year off, step back, reevaluate his situation, and go back at it.
Yeah, I think he'll go back at it. But he's got his daughter who's going to be playing at Montini.
Mm-hmm.
And his daughter's pretty good. So
yeah, she is.
I think he's going to take some time off and enjoy watching his little Division I prospect. I mean, and that kid. She's got offers. Well, not offers. So let me scratch that because you can't offer a kid this young. But she's in 8th grade. I've seen them myself. She's got letters from major universities, and I'm not talking like middle of the road universities. I'm talking about top universities in girls basketball. They've already sent letters saying, "Hey, we saw you at this tournament. We really like you. We want to invite you out to our summer camp." So he's got a kid that really, is probably going to go places. She's going to be really, her name is Kaylee Bambule. Okay?
Yep.
So if you don't know it, you're going to know it. If you follow girls basketball,
right.
you'll know who she is.
You'll hear about her.
In about 2 years.
Yep.
I think she's going to play varsity ball for Montini as a freshman. Going in, and she's a pretty good basketball player.
She's a good kid too.
Yeah, she's a good kid.
Good kid.
She's another one that's a gym rat.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched her. Shoot 3-point after 3-point after 3-point, over and over, watching, basketball practice, even throughout the summer, ever since she was a little girl.
Yeah, she plays my son Steven all the time one-on-one, and she shuts him up, which is good because he is just, yak, I'm that good, I'm that good. She shuts him up.
Yep.
Good job, Kaylee.
And she's another one from our girls basketball
Uh-huh.
team. And she was a 2nd grader then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what does that tell you, man?
You know it.
Yeah, so, but again, so I think we're going to try to get Coach Bambule here live on the Nest. Maybe next week we'll be able to have this all planned out and have Coach Bambule here, and we get to ask a few questions. And I'm sure you'll have some inquisitive things to ask Coach Jeff Bambule about his career at Romneyville. And,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You got to ask.
What am I going to ask him?
I don't know. You better write them down.
You better tell me what I need to ask him. Don't you tell me what I have to do all the time?
Yeah. So
say this, okay?
Yeah. So anyhow, and I think that's going to be it's going to be a pretty good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Coach Jeff's Coach Jeff, good guy too.
Hey, today, man, I got to tell you, one of the things, one of my biggest pet peeves is these travel basketball, travel volleyball, travel baseball. You go to some of these places and these facilities that hold these travel private team tournaments, and some of the people could be really a little nutty. You know what I mean? Today I walked into a place. I'm not going to mention when or where or who, because but I walked into a place with a bottle of water in my hand. I'm drinking a bottle of water. They're like, hey, you can't bring that in here, and they're going to throw me out of the place. I mean, they're making a big deal like I carried a gun in the place. It's a bottle of water, But, and then you got to pay to get in anyhow. You got to pay to go to the tournament. You got to pay to get in, and then they freak out if you bring in a bottle of water because they want you to pay for the concession stand. It's like if you're not making enough money, here's a tip for all you guys that are out there making these tournaments up and getting guys like us to show up to them. My tip is if you're not making enough money at the gate, then raise your price, but don't force people to buy what they don't eat. Right? I'm eating grapes right now, not French fries. Popcorn.
Yeah, he's eating grapes.
And
I'm suffering. He's eating grapes and I'm suffering, okay?
Hey, listen, I've lost 16 pounds.
Well, by God, good for you. Mr. Heart Attack. Good for you.
Yeah, so, I don't know, but it is, I mean, if it's a concession stand, that's one thing. But, can you imagine going to a football game and them telling you,
we can't eat?
You can't eat unless you order from our concession stand.
What if their concession stand's like, something bad?
I mean, there's some bad stuff out there,
Yeah, I know. There was a few concession stands where you looked at and went, okay.
Yeah, well, it's because they let the stuff sit out in the open sun for 4 hours. By the time you get there at halftime, the stuff's been sitting out for a while, and you don't know if it's any,
I want to go back to Sandburg. Sandburg get a good concession stand. I just think of it. All the concession stands I do is just going right through this big knock in the money. Wow, I'm just free with the words today, ain't I?
Yeah, well, they got I mean, football season this year is going to be a treat. We're going to, like I said, we're going to get knee deep into this in a couple of weeks.
Knee deep in the hoopla, huh?
And then they talk about March Madness and all that good stuff of basketball. And do you know that the whole term March Madness came from Illinois? The Illinois High School Association came up with that.
Hey,
hey, who's that?
Really?
Yeah, so...
Well, something? Tune in next week to find out where the term March Madness came from, because we got to go.
Yeah, we do have to go. That was the dinner bell.
That was a dinner bell. We have to go back upstairs out of the nest. Yeah. We have pork chops and applesauce, for dinner.
Yeah. So, hey, man, quick shout out to my son. Also, you get to, make a little goof about that.
Oh.
But, hey, Bobby did make the 3-point shooting contest for the playoffs. So he's a 3-point, even though, Romeoville's probably go that far, he gets to go in the 3-point contest on Friday night. He shot 11 of 15 from threes.
Wow.
So,
little Steve Kerr in the making, huh?
Hey, maybe,
little Johnny Paxson in the making, huh? Yeah. Okay, can we go home now?
Yeah, we can go home now. So, hey, man, any more final thoughts from Wisdom?
Final thoughts of Wisdom. I just want to say, better luck next year, girls, Romeoville. Go get them there, Lady Raiders. You guys, earn your keep. Go get them, Whitney Young. Not a problem. State your way. We'll see you there.
But hey, just like every week, we want to make sure we get our questionnaires back. So coaches, make sure you send that back to us in an email so we can get your team into our roster and into our system for the coming year, for 2013 for football.
We'd like to know who we're talking to when we go to your football teams.
Well, we're also going to expand this year. We're also picking up University of St. Francis. This is a big deal. We're going to be picking up St. Xavier, and then also College of DuPage and their program, Illinois Benedictine College, and North Central College in Naperville. So there are a lot of football teams out there. Oh, and let's not forget Elmhurst. I better not forget Elmhurst, because I'm sorry, Coach. I didn't mean to forget you. But Elmhurst had a great season last year too. So these are all the teams that a lot of these teams are filled with our of the 35, 36 schools that we cover. And then also Morris. Don't forget, we're going to be out at Morris. He's going. Coach Stone, you're making a drive out there, right?
Morris, yeah.
Actually, we're probably both going to make the drive out there. We're going to go out to Seneca and go open up our...
open up the campground.
We're going to go open up the cottage.
While we're there, we'll stop off at Morris. There you go.
So on the way to opening up our little hideaway in the woods, we'll stop by Morris and give a quick shout out to you guys. We haven't forgotten about you guys.
No way, Coach Thorson. No way. We haven't forgot.
No, he won't let me forget. So. All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us. Coach Stone, it's been a slice and of course you like our new Hollywood set.
Yeah, it's Hollywood. We're really retro.
It's retro. There you go.
Wow.
All that stuff that's up there, they organized everything for us.
Well, they sure did.
Right, it's like Wayne's World on steroids. There you go. All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in to us. We'll catch you right here on Cheap Seats Live. Or is it Memorex?
I think we're live on a Sunday. We're taped on a Friday. So
taped
whenever you
on
see
Friday.
us, you see us. You guys have a good week. Stay safe. We'll see you next week.
Catch you next week right here on Cheap Seats.